stream. It's a special stream today. It's gonna be the top 8 win a flight to America, which is it's part of our championship series. The top 8 players from last year's ranking list are going to be playing for a flight to America, which is a little bonus in competing in our tournaments. And for the first match, I'm going to show you the bracket in a second. We're just going to hop into the first match, and I'm going to talk about all that stuff later. For the first match, we have Matej Jacob from Slovenia, I think it is, against Alexandru Niak from, he's actually in CCG as well, from Romania. We have other big names in the tournament, like Marcelo Barberi and Stefano Memoli is there, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to tell them to start, and I'm going to do commentary for today, so I hope you enjoy that for a change. And yeah, I just told them to start, and let's see. I have the deck list from everyone, so we're gonna see. It's interesting because they're obviously gonna use the new ban list, and it's gonna be probably they probably have spent a lot of effort into building these decks. At least I hope so, because it's not like, you know, we last stream we did some casual testing, you know, because it was like only the end ladder. We played some Necros and Atlanteans and stuff, but these are probably going to be serious decks, you know, so it will be interesting to see for sure. And I know what both of these guys are playing, and for Matej is going to be Kozmo, and he's flipping up 3 Kozmo monsters with Duality and gonna take the Dark Destroyer. Duality, interesting decision, because it basically blocks out all the plays for a turn with Teleport, but I guess because Teleport is at 2 now, he thinks that he can play Duality to have the tin can more consistently. But not sure if that decision is gonna be very popular in Cosmos to run Duality. Basically makes the deck a little more helmet than it already is, doesn't it? But okay. So he has the tin can, solid opening. And that is a second Dark Destroyer to his hand. Not sure if he wanted that necessarily, actually, because he already has one. He might have preferred that Kozmo Town right there. He probably has like a call face down, and that's why he sent another Dark Destroyer with the tin can, and now the call is kind of bad, right? Because it can only get Eclipser. And from Alex we see that he's playing Monarch. We knew that already because he has no extra deck. I personally know that Alex was very back and forth on what to use for the event. I know Alex loves his Pendulum, and he was building Pendulum all week, posting about it in like the team chat on WhatsApp. But I think he was in the end not convinced enough of Pendulum, and we see here actually that he discarded Eidos with 1-for-1 and summoned Idea, but didn't use Idea's effect, so maybe he's only running 1 Eidos. I can actually check that. What am I talking about? I can just check that. Alex deck list, this right here, I'm gonna quickly put it over so you guys can't see it on stream, and he's running 2 Eidos, okay. I hope Matej is not watching the stream, but okay. We have to deal with that. That's fine. So yeah. Will you publish the deck lists after the event? Probably, yeah. I don't see what speaks against it. There is a little bit of a delay, yeah, there always is a little bit of a delay for Twitch with tournaments. So let's return to the game. So we see some Monarch things. The Dark Destroyer popped the idea, I think, in response to the Stormforth, so he doesn't have 2 monsters to tribute. So yeah, it is definitely possible that, I mean, it's very likely that Alex has an IDOS in his hand. And he's gonna normal summon the Super Quantum by tributing the Dark Destroyer, and he's gonna get the Return Surge. So despite Alex having a weird opening, like it certainly wasn't very good, right? But Stormforth is just so powerful against Kozmo that he's managing to get into the game still. However, I do think that Matei's back row is gonna be a call. Otherwise, I don't really see a reason for him to send that Dark Destroyer with the tin can, because he doesn't want 2 Dark Destroyers in hand, does he? So that set, I feel like, is likely to be a call. So we might see some OTK potential next turn, because you can like call a Dark Destroyer, pop the red layer, maybe. But yeah, the matchup is heavily Monarch favored, and Alex knows that Kozmo is pretty much like Kozmo's only chance of winning the matchup is by OTKing. If Monarch doesn't break, which Alex, well, his hand wasn't super broken, but he didn't break. He was able to play. So unless Matei can OTK, I think that match is going to be Alex's game 1. And as we do see, he does have the Oasis. Like I said, it would have not made a lot of sense to send that Dark Destroyer if he didn't have a call or Oasis, of course. And he's gonna pop his own Dark Destroyer, so he definitely has some kind of plan here. Probably gonna go with another tin can. Yep. Another tin can. And here it would have been really good if he did have that that Kozmo Town in hand. If he hit that Kozmo Town last turn, like I said, I think that was definitely his preferred hit with tin can last turn. So he rolls a 5. I don't know what that gives him. The Slip Rider. Okay, so they're doing it that way. Slip Rider gonna take out that back row in the end phase. Is really good because that's another Stormforth right there. That's not gonna be useful for Alex right here. So I assume he surged an Aether with that return. I'm not completely sure, but he should have. And so even though he hit the Stormforth, it's still gonna be very, very hard to OTK Alex here, because he can still summon the Aether in the position he's in right now. He can summon the Aether, send the Prime with it, and that's going to be very hard to break. So no matter which one he targets here, if he wants to target any of these, it doesn't really help, because he can just chain Aether from hand. So he does go with the target himself route here, Straw Man. Yeah. Still, I don't see a way for Matei to win this game, honestly. Like, he has some place, but is just not gonna end up in an OTK here, unless Alex like messes up or something. Are the other top 8 matches being played at the same time? Okay, so there is not all of them are played at the same time. The original plan was to start earlier actually, but we could not do that because some players had to work today until like later, way later, so we had to split it up a little bit. We have Alex and Matei playing right now. We have Stefano Mimoli. I'm actually gonna pull up the bracket real quick. I have to find that. Let me check that. The bracket. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Save. Okay. So that's the bracket. Well, you cannot see that. Okay. Wow. So we have Matei and Alex playing right now. We have this match is going to be a little later, and this match is also going to be a little later. Stefano Cordoni and Stefano Mimoli should be playing right now already, and that's why we're not going to have this match on stream. But later on, other top 4 matches we're going to have on stream. So yeah, like I said, what would happen is that Alex just summoned Aether over the Super Quantum, summoned another Ether, sent Frost Blast, and I assume Prime. I missed it because I looked at the bracket. But yeah. I have the exact times for the pairings also. Give me a second. Give me a second. How do rulings questions work? Is there a judge? Well, it's not gonna be a problem, right? We only have 8 players. There's a in like problematic situations, I can do the rulings. Ali, who organized the tournament, can do the rulings. It's gonna be fine. You know, we have 8 players who have collected enough complexity card gaming points to compete in this tournament. We should all be at a reasonable level. You know, it's gonna be fine. There's not gonna be a problem. Alright, so here's the exact time. Stefano Memoli versus Stefano Cordoni, 19 o'clock. Matei versus Alex, 19 o'clock. Marcelo versus Dave at 20 o'clock, which is like in 15 minutes. So that's what we're probably going to stream after this one. And then we have Federico Micosi versus Massimiliano Santoro. They are going to start very late at 9:30 because I think Massimiliano was the one who had to work until very late. So we will be streaming this match. We're gonna stream Marcelo versus Dave after that, and then I think we're already gonna start with a top 4 match before the other top 8 matches even gonna be played, because they have to start so late, and we want to try and finish this today. Will the lists be published? I'm pretty sure they will be. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about the lists during the stream as well, so I think there's no reason why we wouldn't publish them later. So, as I said, Matei was not able to do any damage to Alex except for 400 because he attacked over the two Monarchs for 200 each. He's going to be able to pop that return now, but it does not seem like in the long shot he probably has no chance to beat this Monarch deck right now, because like it's going to be impossible. Bracket creator, what's this? Yeah, I don't remember my Chalonga password, so I don't know, can't do that. Once Monarch gets going, it's so hard to stop them. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Like, if Monarch doesn't break, it's just very hard to beat it. Especially if it has an extra deck. Like, imagine him having an extra deck as well. Here he could like easily do a lot stronger plays, but in this case it's probably not gonna matter. He's gonna win even without an extra deck, I think. Yeah, I agree, it's useful, but I mean, we have 8 people only. We're gonna be able to organize this with only this bracket. It's fine. So yeah, after Marcelo and Dave have played at 20 o'clock, because the winner of Marcelo and Dave will play against the winner of Stefano Memoli, Stefano Gordoni. They're gonna start immediately after they finish their match. Like, the match is at 20 o'clock, and after they finish, they're gonna play top 4 immediately. So we're gonna be able to stream that. And in the meantime, the other top 8 matches will be finished. Then we have the other top 4 match, and then we'll be able to stream the final. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I hope we can do it today. I personally think that XYZ Monarch is better. I don't know if you need to play Overdrive Teleporter. Like, that idea is new. I haven't tried that out, but like general extra deck Monarchs, I played that last format as well. At the end, I played that at the CCG Major Tour Stop in Cologne, and it's like, if that deck doesn't break, it just wins. But it does break a good amount of the time, so I'm not sure if it will end up the best deck, but I think it's certainly better than Kozmo. And I think once Winter Blossom comes out, I would also prefer that deck over Burning Abyss. So, yeah. So the thing about Monarchs is like, you know the game is over, but you have to wait until it's actually finished because they're doing so much like stuff just to stress people out. It's gonna take a while, but that game is going to be Alex's game. Unless there's like a miracle Raigeki into teleport shenanigans. But even then, like Prime is just gonna prevent the OTK. Gonna message Ali real quick because Stefano Memoli actually did not show up yet. He's the only guy who did not send his deck lists yet. The deck lists are not revealed yet. I have them, but they're not public. Like, I can talk about their deck lists a little bit, but not too much on stream because like the other player could be watching. Okay. Eidos beats over the Strawman, Erebus goes directly. Or I was attacked already, okay. And Alex has a lock on this game. He forgot something, okay. Well, it's probably not gonna be punished. Which decks are in the top 8? I'm not gonna tell you quite now because the other guys could be watching, but there is going to be. So far I haven't received anything too special, let's say it like that. Nothing too special, but certainly solid deck list so far. You think Domain Monarch is better because it has more against Burning Abyss and stuff? Well, the thing is, if you don't break with extra deck Monarchs, you also beat Burning Abyss. You really don't need Domain in that matchup. The thing is, the big Monarchs and the Stormforth and stuff, they just give so many problems to Burning Abyss that it really doesn't matter. Who's the bottom player? The bottom player is Matej Jacob from Slovenia. What will you do when someone got disconnect? Well, it probably depends when he gets a disconnect, like in the middle of the game. Okay. I'm not gonna tell him that we stream it. The thing is, if you don't break with Monarchs, I mean, yeah, that's what it is, right? I don't like the fact that it is like that, but it certainly is a top contender if it doesn't break. So prime action is happening. Maxi is chained, okay. Yeah, I mean, if he's watching the stream, we can't do anything about it. It's fine. That's the price that we pay for streaming the event. But in the end, he's not gonna get like, it's not that big of an advantage to see like the few things you see on stream. Like the most deck lists are very streamlined, very standard anyways for Burning Abyss, Kozmo and Monarch, because those decks have been around for so long. Alex is making a lot of misplays. Yeah, I haven't watched too close because I was taking care of chat as well, but it's certainly possible. Like, Monarch is a deck that there is a lot of room for error because you do many actions in a single turn, and you have to make many decisions. The thing about it is that sometimes, like, Monarch is one of the decks where it's usually not punished most of the time. Simply because the deck, if it doesn't break, it is so strong that it usually doesn't really matter if you misplay like once or twice, small mistakes. I also know that Alex is certainly a newer Monarch player. Like, he hasn't played the deck at all before the ban list. I know that he was always playing Pendulum, never Monarch. We're gonna publish the deck list after the event. I'm gonna talk about them during the event a little bit, and yeah. Alright, and Matei knows what's up. He knows that the game's over. He's not gonna play it out. Game 1 goes to Alex. Which it should be. It should be Alex's game, right? Game 1, because he has, like, he's heavily favored in the matchup if he doesn't break. It's like always the sentence. Monarch wins if it doesn't break. So I'm not gonna talk about what they have in their side decks right now while they're side decking, because like I said, they might be listening. They might be listening. Okay, they're done. Maybe now I can talk a little bit about it. Interesting also is, did their decisions change on who goes first? I guess in this matchup it doesn't really change, because both of these decks kind of want to go first against each other. But because Pendulum not being that big of a thing anymore, at least assumed to be, I don't know, maybe like decks like Burning Abyss want to go second now. Before the ban list, I think Burning Abyss should always go first, just because Pendulum existed. Tin Can is gonna give him the middle card, I think, because 3/4 is the middle as Eclipser, yeah. Eclipser goes to his hand. Don't know if he wanted that, but I mean the most ideal one is always like the Destroyer, right? Ooh, the Twin Twister, that's huge. That's huge. He does discard the Stormforth only, which is not the best, right? Ooh, the Deflector, yeah, he did side in Deflectors for that matchup. And that's pretty sick counter to Twin Twister, isn't it? Especially if he didn't discard like a +1 kind of card, like Pantheism or Prime, which are excellent discards for Twin Twister, but that's like a bad discard. That's a huge Deflector. He chains Stormforth. That works, right? Yeah, because it resolves first. Okay. I think that works, yeah. The Twin Twist is negated, my friend. Wind Twister is negated. That's how good Deflector is sometimes. Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial. Well, that's not a very good start of Alex. I think that might be a game where he loses because he bricked. Because, like, Foolish is only really good if you have a banished Monarch spell, so you can send Idea and get it back. Like, that's a good play. But sending Erebus is pretty bad. Like, he just lost a card, even though he discarded Primes. Nice. Interesting decision, though, to first discard the Stormforth and then the Prime. I guess if you have double Stormforth, you might do that. Prime is coming back. Can he? Oh yeah, he can. So he has a double tribute right here. Foolish for Treeborn and pass. So there's going to be the Oasis on the Dark Destroyer, and that's going to be huge unless Alex can get a second tribute fodder on the field somehow. Like, he has Erebus, and that last card in his hand needs to be basically Idea or something like Super Quantum Red Layer. That will work. But otherwise, that is probably going to be a brick for Alex. Oh, he ended. Okay, so that, yeah, he's going to get another tin can effect. No, that's GG. That is GG, I think. Even though he might not immediately die because he has the Prime, I think in the long run that's going to be it. Because, like, next turn he's going to be in an even worse position because the Stormforth is gone now. Like, he had that Stormforth tribute option this turn, and next turn is going to be gone. And yeah, no, this is going to kill the Dark Destroyer. Dark Destroyer is going to pop, and yeah, that's it. Farm Girl. Well, the Farm Girl is not going to connect because of the Prime, most likely. But he has Kozmo Town. Yeah. That's a 1-1 right there. He's going to shuffle back Eclipser and Forerunner from his hand. Draw 2. So Ali's still trying to find Memoli because he still didn't send the list. I don't know what's gonna happen about that. So there's the Prime. He's gonna use a token for it, that's kind of fine. I think he attacked with the Farm Girl. Yeah, he attacked with the Farm Girl. Now he's gonna tag out the Farm Girl for Dark Destroyer. Pop that. Pop the Slip Rider. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I guess it's kind of standard. But he said he can't OTK, which is kind of unlikely. It seemed rather easy to OTK from that spot. That's interesting. But okay, he's just gonna set up another tin can with the Strawman combo. Yeah, it's better to pick Strawman here because you just summon something back with Strawman. That's gonna die in the end phase and gonna give you a tin can, so that way you have 2 pilots instead of just a tin can. And triple back row, yeah, that's a lock. I don't see Alex coming back from this. Great, yeah. He doesn't play the second farm girl. Yeah, in that spot the second farm girl would have been good. Yeah, that's true. Because he could have, but it wouldn't have been, would not have been an OTK either way, right? Because like, let's think about this. Like, you summon Destroyer, pop your Slip Rider, get the second farm girl. Destroyer has to attack over the prime. Farm girl connects, searches a Dark Destroyer. Farm girl, he couldn't even have tagged out anymore because you already used farm girl already. So the second farm girl wouldn't have changed anything. So I don't think the second farm girl would have enabled him to OTK there. I also didn't see what he got from the tin can, but that game is over anyways. More like Alex is having some nice series of draws here. Like, he drew the Pantheism, he now has the teleport, but I assume this back row is not going to be nothing. So yeah, the red layer search. He has Erebus and red layer with the Pantheism search. So theoretically, if the back row is like nothing, like really literally nothing, the game is not over. There's a Twin Twister, nice. Oh, that's a good series of draws. Chaos Trap Hole, Chaos, ooh, hitting both Chaos Trap Holes. That's sick. Nice. Yeah. That was a pretty fortunate series of events. He might actually be able to come back because of that. We'll see what he does though. We know he has Erebus, he has Prime, so he certainly has 2 tributes, and he could show Tenacities here and grab some, like he could either grab Return, which would make him safe from Strike, or he could grab Stormforth and get rid of one of those. Well, we'll see what he decides for. Either way, a very lucky series of draws there for Alex that might actually enable him to come back. We all know he has Erebus in hand, so he can grab any Monarch spell now. We'll see what he gets. I guess he could also grab the Frost Blast, right? The Frost Blast to hit that. And he decides to go for the Stormforth though, okay. Stormforth happening. Warning set GG. Yeah, if there's warning, it's game over. If it's he needs a tribute monster for that on the field. For Frostblast, you need to tribute summon monster? That the card is horrible then. And Marcelo is messaging me. Okay, if you need to control a tribute summon monster for Frostblast, the card is like kind of bad. I guess the graveyard effect is the one you care more about anyways, so okay. Erebus. Is gonna resolve, interesting. So we will see what he decides to shuffle back here. Like, it would be interesting to know. I'm actually kind of sad that I missed which card was added with Tin Can. That would be really interesting to know. That would change quite some bit. Right here, if someone in chat can tell me what he got. Yeah, literally, he drew Pantheism, and with the Pantheism he drew Twin Twister and Teleport. Like that was actually insane. That was pretty darn good top decks. And the Twin Twister hit both of the Chaos Trap holes. Yeah, that's literally insane. That's insane. But the Kozmo town is still up. And there we see the Frost Blast. Oh damn, I cannot read it anymore. Okay, fine. Frost Blast effect. Call. Destroy is still gonna pop that thing. And that's game, isn't it? That should be game. Yeah, so even though he did top deck amazing there, I think he's gonna lose next turn. Is the flight to an ARG? I think so, yes. I'm not 100% sure. It's either a Konami event or an ARG, I don't know. It's amazing either way. It's nice. So he's gonna build his defense with the Prime and hope to survive, but there's gonna be another Tin Can Search, Strawman effect to summon something, Kozmo Town can add something back. I really doubt that he's gonna be able to survive the turn if Matei knows how to play out the turn correctly, because he has all the information he needs. He knows there's one Prime there, he knows there's one Prime there, there's no cards in hand, no face downs to worry about. He can just take his time, calculate how to do it, and OTK, I think. No hidden information anymore. Yeah, call doesn't stay when you use Frost Blast, because like Almikubi said, the wording is destroy it, not destroy that target. Like cards that say destroy that target need to be, like they need the target to be in the same state as before. Like Marksman, for example, says target it face down, destroy that target. If it's face up anymore, it's not that target anymore, so it doesn't destroy it. I don't know, it doesn't make that much sense to me, but that's just how it is. And we see some shenanigans. Slip Riders. Oh, okay, he's gonna do some XYZ shenanigans, maybe even. Second Kozmo Town. He can use the effect again. What round? And is this Kaiju, Kozmo, or Pure? This right now is one of the top 8 matches. Alexandru Niak versus Matei Jacob, and this is I think I can tell that it's Kozmo without Kaijus. No Kaijus in this list. Full helmet Kozmo with 15 main decked traps, someone says. Let me check that. That is true, it's exactly 15 traps in the main deck. GG, Alex says 1-1. He knows what's up. He knows the game's over after the Infinity hits the field. With no cards in hand, there's nothing you can do. You actually like the Kaijus and Cosmos for this format? Well, to be fair, I like in theory I like the Kaijus in almost anything, simply because like the Slumber is an amazing card and Kaijus are usually pretty good against what the format is right now. Like they get rid of Beatrice, which is really strong. They get rid of Dark Destroyer, Monarchs. It's a really good engine. You think Kaijus ruined the format? Well, I'm not sure about that. We'll see how often they'll actually be played. But there's certainly a lot of potential in that engine. So we're gonna go to game 3 in this first top 8 match. Alex is gonna decide to go first. And let's see if he bricked or didn't. There's the Pantheism. That's a good start with the Prime. Best discard first turn. Looking good for the Monarchs already. And the Idea as well. Let's see if Matei even runs Veilers. He does not. That's gonna resolve. That looks to me like almost the best start possible. Like, if he has a tribute monster as well, which is likely that he does, but like Pantheism, discard Prime, Idea into Eidos, that's almost the best start you can get. So, yeah, Alex is definitely favored. And simply the fact that he's showing triple tenacity here shows us he has a tribute monster in hand, right? There's no reason why he would show triple tenacity if he didn't. So we're gonna see the Ether as well. Insane start. Insane start. He's gonna get the return here, I imagine. Return. No, he's gonna get Stormforth. Okay, interesting. Ether summoned. He needs a very good hand to even have a chance versus that Monarch opening. Yeah, that's true. I mean, even if you open Tin Can, right? You're gonna be Stormforth. Oh, and he, by the way, he had the return as well, so he could afford to take that Stormforth. Of course, yeah. If you have a return, of course you take Stormforth. So actually, like, this is the dream, literally. He's gonna be. I think he's gonna summon Ether with this. Yeah, of course, because he wouldn't even be able to use Kura's effect. He would miss timing because he tributed Idea. Either way, that Ether is going to return to his hand in the end phase. So he's going to have the Stormforth plus Ether set up on Matei's turn. And it's over, I think. Like, the thing also is that Matei's side deck is made for going going first against Monarchs for sure, because we've already seen like the Deflectors, which is a card that doesn't work at all. We see the Focking, he's also citing that. He doesn't have masks, but Focking is also like only really good going first. He's still gonna take the Focking, so maybe he has like Raigeki or something. I don't really know why Alex changed that Stormforth there immediately. It seems kind of weird to me, but okay. Even without return, you would take Stormforth. Yeah, very well possible. Very well possible. Stormforth is insane against Kozmo. Okay, so Matei is gonna still summon that Focking, but it's of course a lot less powerful if there's already an Ether on the board. Also, it has 0 attack, right? So it's just gonna get run over by Prime. Like, that's a weird decision to play that even in Kozmo, right? Because like it's never gonna be that big. I mean, I guess if you tribute a Dark Destroyer for it, but do you realistically do that often? I cannot imagine. Interesting decision to play that over Mask. I guess he's afraid of Twin Twister, that's a point. But I mean, Prime is a thing, right? Alex tries to Ether, forgets the Focking, but okay. So Ali is still solving the Mimoli situation. So Oasis gets popped by the Frost Blast. Frost Blast is really good in that matchup. opened unfair. Yep, it was kind of good. Well, it was kind of good, yeah. Pretty good. The zero attack fucking seems kind of desperate if he doesn't have any form of protection for it. Face down, that's true. He does run potential cards which protect it. That is also true. He might have that face down. 1 for 1 was missing. Yeah, that's feels bad, man. Opening so bad. Pantheism is going to be activated. But even if he has like something like a Quaking Mirror Force face down or something, there's going to be another Prime next turn, right? He's going to end phase Prime, turn 2 attack in his turn, and yeah. You love Michel Gruner, Loldo Joe. We know that. We know that. By now, we know that. 3 words: Storming Mirror Force. Well, some kind of Mirror Force has to be there, otherwise the game is over. Alex just going full ham here. Why not? He has everything. He already has like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, soon 7 cards in hand. Like that's 11 cards against Matei's 5. Matei really can't complain. He built full helmet with 15 traps to go first. Yeah, like I said, he was really unfavored if he went second. Like, to be fair, he didn't need that big of an opening. Like, he could have been fine with a weaker opening as long as it wasn't a brick, right? It was insane what he had. But he needed only a good opening, like a reasonable start. Like, you could have been opening with something like normal summon IDOS, activate return, tribute for Super Quantum Red Layer. That's fine. It's still a good enough opening to beat Kozmo in that state where it goes second and only has like traps and Fokings, right? Alright, so Ali decided to give Memoli a game loss so far because he has not given his deck list yet and he did not even show up yet, so alright, that's a way to lose your flight to America as well, because the match was settled for 19 o'clock, so that's 50 minutes ago. His opponent told me that he was fine if they were starting at 19:30, but that's already 20 minutes ago and we still don't even have the deck list, so I guess that's a fine decision. We can't wait all day for someone. While, yeah, okay. Alright, that's how it's gonna be. RIP American Dream, yeah. And the attacks went through. There was no Mirror Force. He does play Quaking Mirror Force. I think I can reveal that. We're very close to the end. He does play Quaking Mirror Force. If I see that correctly, is that Quaking? I'm not sure. I'm gonna show you in a second. The whole deck. Like, I guess we can go over the lists of the losers whenever. Okay, I think I just received Memoli's list. Yeah, I did receive it. Okay. Let's see if there's any way he can come back. So I have received Stefano's deck list, but I think Ali's decision Okay, this is very desperate. I mean, even if that is some sort of like it can be any trap you want, basically. It's not gonna be enough to survive this turn. Like, if Alex doesn't mess up, he can just tribute summon any Monarch, go for removing the back row, and go for game, because he cannot tech out because of that. But he attacks first. He attacks first, and there's no Mirror Force. He did play 3 Mirror Forces, but